How's it going?
Not too bad. How you doing?
Okay, I'm doing good. I seen you last week. You did great.
Thank you. It was a little muddy last week.
Oh yeah. You got some big air. I seen.
Yeah, it was definitely trying to keep up some momentum.
Yeah.
That was the only way to do it in the mud. You couldn't stop and start. I couldn't get enough traction, so keeping up the momentum to hit the jumps, get something out of it.
Right. Was that your plan?
Yeah, I kind of watched everybody else go out before me, and they struggle. I mean, the Seahawks truck, beast mode, I mean, he was definitely getting traction. I kind of noticed that he was just staying in the throttle, not really letting off.
Okay.
So I kind of just copied him, and it worked out for the best.
Yeah.
And Bill kind of surprised me by coming out, and you see Bill come out, and he comes out, and he's always on the throttle, and he's catching traction and doing cool stuff. So I was like, might as well give her a shot.
Right.
So
you don't know that he's gonna show up, Bill?
You know, sometimes it's a surprise. He only does it every once in a while. Sometimes it's planned out, sometimes it's not. That one, it wasn't really planned out, but it turned out good for the both of us.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, because whatever shows I'm at, he's always showing up at the end. I mean, as far as you're doing in pairs, you know? Yeah, freestyle in pairs.
Usually it's him and the kid, and so I really wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
I think he may have had it planned prior to, but I wasn't aware of it, so.
Yeah. Well, it was a good show. I mean, it was a good freestyle for both of you.
Yeah,
I mean, you got some good air. I mean.
Yeah, I really hope we can stay dry here so all the trucks can perform. And, you know.
Yeah.
The kid doesn't really get too good of traction in the mud, and
you know,
so as long as we can keep it a little dry here, we can all put on a good show.
Well, the weather report when I left home, it looked like it was going to be fairly good. I mean, cloudy.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel a little bit of moisture.
Yeah, I think
but
it's
not
starting
too
to
bad.
sprinkle right now, but I mean, hopefully it blows over before the show.
Yeah, that's good. So how's the year been for you so far?
You know, it hasn't been too bad. It started off a little bit rough trying to get used to the truck, and now I'm pretty comfortable in it, so it's going pretty good.
Oh, you're driving this all the time?
Yeah, all the U.S. shows, the Canada shows, Marvin Anderson drives it, and then the U.S. shows, I drive it.
Okay, yeah. You look pretty more experienced with it now. I mean,
I tried out a couple trucks this year. I did the California Kid for a couple shows, and it really wasn't a good fit. The front engine wasn't quite what I was used to. So it threw me back in this, and it's getting comfortable. I like it. It's a good truck. It's holding together well.
Yeah, the more seat time, the better, right?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I got your wife's car. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
He just took the wife's car. We'll see how that works out for him. Uh-oh, here she comes.
Oh, your wife's car?
Yes, that is my wife's car.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 3 months pregnant, so we'll see how happy she is about him taking her car and doing donuts in it.
Yeah, that's good. That's the first time I've seen you this year, you know, ever since I saw you at the shop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely the seat time definitely helps out, you know, get used to the truck, get used to, every truck's different. I mean, they can all be built off the same chassis, but they're all going to have their own little quirks, so, you know, it's figuring out what works best for the truck, what works best for you, figuring out your shocks, and, you know, just learning the truck pretty much.
What's your favorite thing as far as working for this team or riding the trucks? You know, what's your favorite thing as far as working as a monster truck driver?
It's definitely the team. I mean, we all come together. We're kind of like a little family.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all try to beat each other every weekend. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's a big family, so we're all always trying to do better, and everybody's teaching everybody something. You know, we all watch Bill. Bill goes up and does the big wheelies. I'm really trying to learn the big wheelies right now. A couple of the other guys, the beast mode truck, John, he's really getting after the wheelies as well. So, I mean, we're always in competition with each other. That's what keeps it fun, you know. Everybody's trying to learn off of each other.
Yeah.
So the best part about it is it's just all a learning experience for me, you know. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to learn. And, you know, I'm definitely getting it from those guys.
And it seems like as far as the schedule-wise this year, it's more local shows.
Yeah, I mean, we've tried to make it to where we can come home in between the shows. We get to devote a lot more time to the trucks instead of driving across the country. So we're not reaching out as far as we used to, but we're still busy. We're staying closer to home. It's better for the team, really. I mean, the more time we can spend at home, good for all of us. We all want to be home. We don't want to be traveling across the country every weekend.
Right.
So it's nice. These shows close to home, we get to come in on Tuesday, Wednesday, do some displays, kind of take it easy during the week, make sure the trucks are all set up, and then we get to go home right after the show. We're only 3.5 hours away from home right now. It's awesome.
Right. And how much maintenance? I know each show's not the same as far as things being broken, breakage and all that, but how much maintenance you do? If you didn't hurt anything on the truck, what sort of maintenance you guys do, like for every day, for every week shows?
So after every time the truck runs, we go through and completely nut and bolt the trucks. So that's every bolt on the truck. Some of them come loose. I mean, you can have the best grade 8 bolts you can get Loctite, they're still going to rattle loose. So we're constantly checking over everything. The motors, we are always going through them, running the bearings, doing oil changes. I mean, we're always tearing something apart just to make sure that it's functioning right. You know, one weekend the steering could be acting weird, so we go through it. We rebuild the cylinders, we rebuild the pumps.
Right.
We kind of get after everything. So after every run, it's at least a couple hours of just checking stuff, and that's if you don't find anything broken. You may not notice it while you're driving if it's something small, but some wires could come loose, or a hydraulic line can come a little bit loose and start leaking. Your tranny could start leaking a little bit. So I mean, it's a constant battle, really. It's all the time.
Right.
But I mean, if we go through a whole show, we don't break anything. It's a couple hours just to get each truck ready for the next show.
Okay. And so you said what the best things were being part of the, you know, as far as being monster truck driving. I mean, what's the worst thing? The worst thing is probably being maybe away from home.
Yeah, I mean, being away from home is definitely never easy. All of us have families, so we all like to be home to see them. You know, so this schedule we have right now is definitely working out for us. We all get to come home, see our families, spend a little bit of time with them, and we're just not constantly gone. So it's definitely a plus for this year for us.
Yeah. How long have you been part of the team?
I've been with Bill for almost 3 years now.
Yeah. I think the first time I seen you, you weren't already operating a vehicle as far as I know, but the first time I seen you was in Redmond, maybe a few years back, maybe just helping out with the team in the back area.
I started out just crewing for the guys. Then I got put into both of the ride trucks that they had, the Monster, the big green furry thing, and then the fire truck. So I had a little bit of time in those, but all the time I was doing that, I was also wrenching on the trucks with the guys.
Okay. So how did you know about the team? How did you find out
I kind of found out about Bill through a mutual friend. I'd worked as a mechanic at a scrapyard, and so I was always going up to the hydraulic shop. Well, the hydraulic shop happened to be where Bill was at. He was renting out a couple of the bays before he built his own shop.
Right.
So I talked to Ben, the guy that owns the shop, and I was like, hey, I'd really like a shot at that. So he got me an interview. I came out. They just had me work with them. That's the only way you can really tell if you're a good fit for the team, is just working with them. So on paper, it might not look right, but if you work with the team, that's what actually tells us, you know, yeah, he's going to be a good fit. He's a hard worker. He's this, that, and the other. And so that's what I did. And then a couple weeks later, they gave me a call and said, hey, we're leaving for winter quarter. We'd like you to come out with us, pack your stuff. We're leaving for a couple months.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it all started for me, and I've been addicted to it ever since.
Nice. And then your wife, family, they're okay?
Oh, everybody's really supportive.
Yeah.
My dad, motorsports are kind of something he's always been involved in. He's got a road track car right now. He used to race motorcycles back when he was younger, so he's definitely 100% supportive. The wife, she's all about it, you know. She says if it makes me happy, it makes her happy. So, you know, she'd rather me do this than go to a regular job and then, you know, be bored with myself all the time. This always keeps me busy, keeps me on my toes.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Well, I wish you the best for the show.
Oh, definitely.
And
Thanks
thank you for
coming
the
out.
interview. Yeah. I mean, Lorna extended her invitation last week, said, why don't you just show up early? And so, okay. And then she said you could shoot videos and photos, whatever, and just, you know, speak to the drivers.
Oh, it's definitely fun having you guys come out. I really tried to work on my interviewing skills this whole year, because I did that first interview with you. It was pretty much a train wreck, you know. So I've been trying to work on it all year. I'm really not good at talking to people. So I mean, I can.
Well, me neither.
I can one-on-one with someone, but you put a camera in front of me, I get a little gun shy.
Yeah. Well, me neither. I mean, that's why I'm standing right behind the camera, not in front, you know.
Yes.
So I'm happy that, you know, you guys willing to speak to me and, you know,
Definitely.
make me feel welcome.
Oh, you're definitely welcome to come out
yeah.
anytime.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Let's cheer him on as he comes by!
It started out, it was just lean popping real hard, so gave it a little bit more fuel. It started to run a little bit better, then I adjusted the timing, trying to get it to run a little bit better. That seemed to work. Then I come out for freestyle and popping and snapping again, and next thing I know, there goes the motor. It's just one of those things that happens. It really sucks, but we'll have another motor in it ready to go tomorrow. Just working the little gremlins out of it pretty much. It's kind of weird. I just got done saying earlier that, you know, the truck's been doing really good for me, sticking together, and I think I jinxed myself. So I'll pay for it tomorrow morning when I come in and do a motor before 2 o'clock. I mean, really, we thought we had it figured out. I did a couple test laps, and I mean, I came out down there and spun into a donut real quick, wide open throttle, and I mean, it felt really good. I was like, we got it all figured out. I think the real problem was, you know, I came out here for the freestyle, and it started popping and snapping, so it was misfiring. I continued to give it throttle, and then the motor loaded up and misfired it just enough to where it blew the rod right out the side of the motor. So, I mean, really, there's nothing more I can say. It's kind of my fault. You live and you learn. It's a $10,000 mistake, but we'll get through it.
Right. So you have a new motor for this next show.
Yes,
and it's all gonna always sitting.
We have one in the trailer ready to go. We just got to pop this one out, throw the blower on the other motor, and it'll be ready to go.
Okay. So.
Knock, knock. It's cylinder number 5.
So how did you think the show went, Bill?
It went good. We had gremlins with a couple of trucks. We lost an input shaft on Skeletor, and then old Dum Dum here kind of decided to do a knock knock joke on the motor.
Okay.
It is what it is. We got another motor.